What's going on, guys? J-Law B-Ball here. The topic of discussion today is becoming a better on-court teacher, and how we can do that is by having a structure to our sessions that is very similar to an essay. So we always want to start off, or what I want to do is I start off my privates, my groups, my camps with an essay style format, meaning I start off with an introduction to let my clients know exactly what we're going to be covering for that day or that camp. Then I'll go into the content, which embodies the essay. It embodies the work, the drill work, the skill work, whatever it may be, the mechanics that we're teaching. And then most importantly, we always want to finish with a conclusion. So at the end of each one of my sessions, once again, regardless of what it is, we'll always have a conclusion where I go over the content and the things that we worked on for that day, and I make sure to ask questions to get the involvement of my clients. So I don't just tell them exactly what we did. I'll ask and keep them engaged to see if they can answer exactly what we worked on, or at least leave that open-ended, so that way they can kind of have more of a dialogue than just a monologue of me speaking. You want to make sure that your clients are constantly engaged with what you have to say and have some input. You make sure that dialogue is there, so that way you understand that they understand what's going on throughout what you're teaching. A lot of times coaches will have a tendency of going through their workout and assuming that the client got exactly what the message they were trying to teach, and they'll go through a whole hour and a half workout and leave an open-ended session because they had an assumption. Well, you don't want to assume when we're dealing with teaching. We want to make sure that we know that our clients are understanding the main details involved. So having that conclusion is kind of like an end-all tell-all, where you can realize, you can understand that your client was on the same page, regardless of whether or not, and especially with younger kids, regardless of whether or not they really were being honest with understanding what was going on. This gives them a time of clarity where they can ask any last second questions before you leave them, and you can also answer any questions regarding what they really understood. So have a conclusion. Make sure you end your sessions each time with some sort of dialogue between you and your client, so that way you can get an idea of where they're at with their understanding. Okay, guys, hope this helped. Make sure you pop on by the discussion board, Instagram handle at JLawBBallPremium, so we can answer those questions that you have. Take care, guys.